This time is different. Famous last words of every investor before they went flying off a cliff and things went terribly wrong. But you have to admit, this time for XRP truly is different. If you think back, the great bull run of 2017 and even through 2018, I mean, we had to struggle and fight and beg to get listed on Coinbase, just to then later get delisted. But, 2021 and on, fighting through the court cases to prove XRP is not a security, even though everyone knew that. And it just seems like the seas are parting for us, that the perfect run is emerging, and not just for XRP, for crypto in general. Things are going quite well. Really an amazing environment. Today, out of nowhere, no fighting, no begging, just turns out that Robinhood has listed XRP. And I felt a very small order. I don't use Robinhood really. I had $15 sitting there. But I just wanted to test it, make sure before I announce it's live on Robinhood, because I've done that before and I was wrong. It was just Robinhood Europe or something like that. I filled an order. Look at that. XRP trading just because it should be. Just because it's good business. Robinhood listed XRP along with some other cryptocurrencies. We see Solana, Pepe, XRP, and Cardano, the ADA token, all available on Robinhood. This is going to be good for all of cryptocurrencies. And I saw some people, they kind of disrespect this listing. Look, I don't use Robinhood, and you probably don't either. It's not really a crypto-centric thing. But it's going to introduce XRP to a whole bunch of new investors that probably haven't invested in the past in this crypto asset. This is what we want. We want to make it really easy for people to invest in XRP because it's going to make sense to a lot of investors. Payments make sense, speed, cost effectiveness, all that kind of stuff. They can look at Ripple, an American company, one of the leaders in payments. They're going to like what they see here, and they're going to be able to invest with ease. And I think it's just going to open up the floodgates to people to join this XRP army and to invest in this asset much easier than the roadblocks we've had in place in the past. Nothing like 2017 when I had to buy, Ethereum or Litecoin on Coinbase and transfer it over to Bittrex and make my trades. People are just going to swipe their app and bam, they got themselves some XRP. I think a lot of people during the bull run are going to do that. Speaking of this XRP Cardano connection, seems like there's a lot of collaboration in the woodworks. Now we'll have to see what actually emerges. A lot of times stuff like this, nothing much, but I could see a lot of pathways where these two blockchains, Ripple, Charles, IOHK, can do a lot of good for each other here, starting with getting that stable coin on the Cardano blockchain. I think that's going to help Cardano in a lot of ways with their DeFi systems, having a good stable coin there. And I think that's just the start of this synergy. I think that's a lot to be had from that there. This has been making the rounds here. I don't know if it'll happen or not. Supposedly, President Trump wants to eliminate all capital gains tax on cryptocurrencies issued by U.S. companies. Be a game changer if they did that. Now, these are really global networks. How do you even derive that? Do you say, well, let's say Cardano ADA token, for instance. I mean, they're located here. A lot of the developers here in the United States. Of course, Charles is a figurehead. He's here. But they did a Japanese issuance when they did their ICO originally. Is that a Japanese coin? Because that's where it first was issued. Is it an American coin? Like, this stuff gets complicated. But if they did something like this, it could be a game changer for, of course, ADA, XRP, Algorand, HBAR. Will we say, all right, it doesn't matter where you actually originally launched, if you do a certain amount of your development here in the United States, if you hire employees, stuff like that, hey, that could really make the United States a crypto capital of the world. Bring a lot of jobs in here, blockchain-based jobs. Could be a game changer and could really make a lot of coins more advantageous. Again, zero capital gains tax, even if it was for a limited amount of time. If you're heading into a bull run, if they could do something like this, if they actually did, I don't know if that happens or not, but it could be a game changer for those tokens that got that type of treatment. Would be huge for XRP. Now, we got to get some gains first before this matters, but it could be a big one here. I see Good Morning Crypto posted the following. When SEC Chair Gary Gensler announces his resignation, that's going to happen. We know it. He's not going to stick around for a Trump presidency. He's not going to want to work there. He's going to leave and go and probably take a crypto job, quite honestly. But He says the following: when SEC Chair Gary Gensler announces his resignation and the war on crypto is finally over, that's when alt season begins. I think he steps down in December, and I expect that's when we'll see things really start taking off. And what I'm looking for is for Ethereum really to go on a charge. As that thing charges out the gates, the rest of the altcoin space is going to follow. And, that's really what I'm keeping an eye on. That's the way I see things progressing. Gensler probably does step down in December, so this might line up. That's not the only catalyst. I think most people are comfortable where we are headed in this crypto space with crypto regulations. Probably not going to be perfect, but it's going to get a whole heck of a lot better. And nothing will be better than the day when that guy steps down and he's out of our hair once and for all. It's going to happen. It's just a question of when. And again, I expect it to happen sometime December. This was an interesting correspondence with David Schwartz. He was discussing XRP, where it excels, where they've lagged behind. Someone brought up the fact that, most new layer ones can do what XRPL can do, plus some more. So you look at the landscape, there's a lot of fast and cheap tokens out there, not just XRP any longer. And then on top of that, you have a lot of smart contract capabilities. So it's like, you can send a payment on Solana, you can send a payment on Sui, all these other blockchains, fast, cheap, and you can do more. And David Schwartz retorted and said, I don't think there are any blockchains that have features like stablecoins, NFTs, decentralized exchanges, and so on that don't expose you to the risk of smart contracts, where your wallet has no way to know what the things you agree to are actually doing. So, with any smart contracts, things can go wrong and you could get rugged. And so there is risk there. And he's right. The XRP Ledger does have a novel design in that way. You have many advanced features, but you don't have the smart contracts. And David has described XRP Ledger as somewhere between Bitcoin, which is just a pure currency, and Ethereum, where you can program whatever you want. Now, nothing in life is so simple. The other problem is if you want to do anything on the XRP Ledger, you have to redesign the whole system, essentially. You have to do a full update. You can't just build it out on a smart contract, and if things go awry, just turn off that simple smart contract and then everything is good. You can't do that. If something goes wrong with an update on the XRP Ledger, it can be quite catastrophic. Now, they're very careful on how they roll these things out. It just takes longer. There is more risk at the time of update, but after that happens, you're rock solid. You need different approaches in this space. This is why you have different blockchains. And this is the way they've decided to take the XRP Ledger. Like anything, there's pluses and minuses. There's advantages and disadvantages, but there really isn't any other blockchains like the XRP Ledger. And I think that can position yourself for a very, specific value play there. Dr. Wonderbread remarked after seeing that, despite all of these features, it hasn't translated into market value. Over-engineering something doesn't mean it's valuable to the market. We'll look at what David says, but what I will say is this. There's a lot of market value for XRP. People see, a low coin price and they think, well, it's very cheap. Not really. I mean, it's a top 10 cryptocurrency. It has a very large market cap. That's why we really need it to perform, to make money, because it's already quite expensive. So I wouldn't say it hasn't led to value. There's a lot of value there, actually. What it hasn't led to is investor gains, especially long-term, over the long haul. We've had moments of growth, but nothing sustainable. That's been the issue. XRP, you're buying it at a very high price, and we needed to go significantly higher. So I don't really think that's a correct statement that it hasn't, translated into market value. It just hasn't translated into investor gains. But David said the following. He is surprised at the slow adoption of payments and Ripple's payment business specifically. He said we focus very heavily on payments in early design stages. Using cryptocurrencies or blockchains for payments hasn't gone on in a big way anywhere yet. I find this quite surprising. So it's not really that XRP is the issue, but how you are using the blockchain just hasn't translated to mass adoption again yet. Now, I'm seeing some indicators that payments may really be the hot thing here. I think we're going to need to see regulations, and you're going to have a lot of competition here. It's just not going to be Ripple any longer. JP Morgan has a very competitive, dominating payment system, which is going to be tough to deal with. You're having, PayPal, of course, jumping in here with stable coins. BlackRock with their tokenized treasuries. I think those will be used in payments to back stable coins, even though I don't think BlackRock will be a player. in payments. There's just a lot going on, and it seems like payments are bubbling up, getting ready to get hot, and that's exciting. But they are building out the XRP ledger to do a heck of a lot more than that, because from the very early days, it wasn't just about payments. It was about this hub of value transfer and value trade. And it looks like they're going to build out the XRP ledger to its full capability. So again, we can swap dollars and yuan and gold and XRP and Bitcoins. And that's probably long-term really one of the more exciting use cases for the XRP ledger, rather than just zipping money around. That's part of it. And that, I think, will grow to be a lot bigger. But this hub of trading, I think that's always been the XRP ledger's strong point. And again, we can do that without smart contracts, which puts it in a novel space. So I think XRP is going to do great this bull run. We are going to see massive growth. The question is, will we hold on to it? Will it be as sustainable as Bitcoin and Ethereum have been? We don't know at this point in time, and I don't really care. I just want to see that big, massive pop I think we're going to get, and I think it'll happen in 2025 and not that deep into the year either. Let me know what you think down below. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.